Metropolitan Council, the state of Minnesota. So it's all about working together to get the maximum benefit from investment.
You know, Barb, I don't know if you felt this because you've been in the community for years and years. You grew up here, but one thing that we've sensed in the last, 8 years that we've been here is that as we've seen the economic development, as we've seen North Minneapolis move from an area that's had some issues with crime to a much safer, much more peaceable community, that a lot of the key figures and grassroots organizations and neighborhood clubs and block clubs, et cetera, have now found each other. And there's a lot more networking, there's a lot more conversation, and of course it's a consequence probably of technology and Facebook and all these wonderful improvements that exist out there, but you really get the sense that there's an immense amount of momentum in communication that's existing that was very fragmented and in pockets here and there up until this point.
Well, you know, one of the things that's interesting, right now we're involved in a discussion about the future of the neighborhood revitalization program, and it is actually the case that we did not have neighborhood associations, individual neighborhood associations prior to NRP. So I think that they've really been the impetus to get that very small community, 2,000, some of them are 4,000, organized, and then also active in promoting their particular neighborhood. Now, I think your point is that people are working together better now, and I agree. I also am always amazed, and of course we have such a short summer, so everybody tries to pack all the things in that they have to get done in the summer, but the wonderful wealth of activities that we have in our community, and those are really, the backbone of them are the neighborhood associations and then the people that they pull in as volunteers, but the ice cream socials, the Live on the Drive, the bike rides, all those things stress and involve community members, and they are great avenues to bring people together. And so I congratulate all the people that work on those kinds of things, because I know it's a lot of work. Being a former neighborhood chair myself, it's just, you've got to take care of all the details of getting all the supplies ready and all that sort of thing, and it's a lot of work. So I know people do just tremendous amounts of work on these things, but they really provide for a great community.
Well, another exciting piece on that front too is we continue to see organizations, groups sort of evolve into other different types of recreational and entertainment-oriented groups. I mean, just in our pockets alone, this summer we saw NOMI Kickball come about. So all of NOMI was involved in a kickball league, which was fantastic. We started off at Falwell Park and have since moved it up to
Creekview.
Creekview, in the northern part of NOMI. But beyond that, there's talk about starting a cycling club all around North Minneapolis. And instrumental in that has been not only individual residents, but also the success of programs such as Bike Cops for Kids, Officer Mark Kluko, Officer Michael Kirchen, various efforts to reach out to the youth and bring the entire city together to celebrate what's good about North Minneapolis.
Well, and I think what's important in that is that the point saying that we're bringing the city together, because what was exciting over the summer is seeing so many of these different things happen, like NOMI Kickball. It wasn't just NOMI residents. Every week there was somebody new from St. Paul, from South Minneapolis, from Northeast Minneapolis, coming over and taking part in an activity in an area that maybe a few years back, they would have not even considered coming to visit. So I think people are really starting to see the changes that are taking place.
Well, and I think your point about the new methods of communication are absolutely on target. And as someone, who's ventured into that a little bit, what a blessing that's been for being able to communicate free and getting people in these networks and signed on. It's just an amazing tool.
Yeah, it's really been great for us, especially with our home tours.
Yes.
And Kickball, every week we get the word out as to what park we might land in that week, and so it's been fun for us to communicate, and we're finding people who what is NOMI, and it gives us the chance to talk about who we are, who the people of NOMI are, what are the businesses, what's happening there. So it has been a great tool.
Tied into that too, I mean, it goes without saying that we take a lot of pride in NOMI. We take a lot of pride in North Minneapolis and the community that we happen to be a part of. And we find that whether it's the Pride Festival during the summer or these kickball events, whenever we have new individuals approach us to ask what NOMI is, they walk away with a grander idea than what they ever imagined. And it's truly had this NOMI marketing, this rebranding, if you will, all the nomenclature, all the words that have come with it, have had a magnetic effect in pulling people into the neighborhoods. There's been a certain curiosity that's been piqued, and ultimately, are we done?
No, we're not finished. So in a nutshell, just recap for us how you market North Minneapolis.
Well, I think really very simply put, Get to Know Me's tagline is Arts, Parks, and You. And North Minneapolis is filled with amazing parks, the parkways, and the artist core. We have the Northside Arts Collective. We've got restaurants emerging all of the time. So there's always really some great things for people to come in and explore and do.
One thing that's not usually recognized about North Minneapolis too is that arts community is beyond just studio arts. It's also theatrical arts. We've got the Workhouse Theater Company, which won the 2008 Ivy Award for Best Production. Just a little gem there, right in the Times Square of NOMI, if you will. And then, of course, the studio artists, which extend beyond the Northside Arts Collective to include other organizations as well. So we're very blessed.
I think one of the things that's interesting to me too is the connections to the rest of the city. Our parkway, of course, is part of the Grand Round system, and you just stay on that and you get out to the lakes or to Northeast and to the greater bike system. We just had the Loose Line connected into Theodore Wirth Park, which takes you, I think it's like 60 miles to the west of Minneapolis. So new things are being added all the time. I am proud of our park system too. I was up at Heritage Days the other day at the Carl Croning Interpretive Center, which is the only interpretive center in the Minneapolis park system. We have the only one in Minneapolis. So there are so many things to tell about our community, and you guys have just been key in honing the message and getting it out to the broader community, and I so very much value the work that you have done and your organization. It's just been a remarkable addition to North Minneapolis, and to tell us the story about what a great place it is to live. We always have to, I think, tell about the best parts of our community, and you are doing that very, very effectively. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Barb. Thank you for the support.
We're very proud to be residents of NOMI, and we will continue to tell people about what a great place it is to live. And I mean, where else can you go these days and get an amazing, beautiful house for next to nothing and really have money handed to you to come and live in our neighborhoods?
Well, we're looking for those kind of people all the time.
That's right.
Yes, please come to NOMI.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.